How's it going, Lone Riders? The 1300 is coming out. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Andrew from Lone Rider. Here on this channel, we talk about product development. We go through that together. We develop products together. So I design, you give me feedback, and we go from there. And it's like a loop. So if that's something interesting to you, then click that subscribe button, the bell icon, and hit that like button while you're down there. So this week's going to be a little bit different though. We're going to talk about the 1300, and the reason why I'm talking about 1300 GS Adventure or GSM is because a couple of weeks ago I was riding here in New Zealand with a couple of friends, the brand new 2022 Adventure 1250, and I drive 2014 1200. And the difference is incredible. I've never felt so confident in my life on a bike, and we were gunning it. We were actually killing these corners here in New Zealand, and we had such a blast. I had such a great time. I was two up, and I felt so confident on the road, and I was thinking, oh my God, how are these guys going to make this better? And are they going to give way more power to this thing? Because it does have enough power and torque. So what are they going to do? Let's make a video about it and see what I can find out from all the spy shots online, and see if we can make something from what's going to come out of the new bike. A couple of things why they'd make a new bike. First, because they filed a trademark for the M1300 GS. So that means obviously they have to, how trademarks work, you have to file it, and then it goes through a vetting process, and they get approved or not approved. So you have to do that beforehand. It can take quite a while to go through that process. That's one thing. Another thing is it is a 100 years BMW Motorrad, so they want to bring out something special, and I guess they will be bringing out the M1300 as a special bike. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. And another reason why we know this is because there's been spy shots taken. The spy shot world is quite murky. We just don't know if they're true or not, but these spy shots do have a name attached to them and a photographer, so someone is standing up. They're not just like the murky unknown shots that could be real, so we have a bit of confidence in these ones. So yeah, let's just have a look into the bike, into the details, and see what we can find out. First off, where does the M come from? The M comes from BMW's Motorsport range. So this is basically a really high performance vehicle from their initial production models. What happens here is they spec it out completely, and then the technologies trickle down into the production models. So here on the left you see the BMW bike. This is actually a rendering. This guy generally makes pretty accurate renderings in the past. This is a R1300. I don't think it's going to look exactly like this, because this looks more road orientated, but than a GS, which is a bit more off-road orientated. But yeah, this is just a visual representation what it could look like. So last year some spy shots came out, and we see here the front one is the spy. Apparently the new bike, and in the back here with the 1250 that's on the market now. The 1250 here on the back, that's the current model that's out right now, and that's actually the bike I was driving the other week. And then we have the Spy, the new model, supposed new model. Interesting design, completely different from where it is at the moment, and it's actually taking on a different design language. I don't think that we are there yet for a new design language. This is too round. I think we've just come from that with the pre-2013 model GSs. And if you look across the whole industry, the automotive industry, it's tending to get even squarer. Square and edgy generally means more futuristic. And so I think this is just a big facade. They're just covering everything up to make it look like this, to hide the actual product. And what I mean is, like, if you look across the board, generally they will stay with this aggressive adventure kind of look, because this is working. Yeah, so let's just jump into the next slide, which one of the most iconic parts of the bike, the headlight. So there's speculation on the headlight if they were going to move away from the LED lines. The LED is this X that they have. I'll go back. The LED is this kind of white line that they have here, and they also have it in the indicators. speculation that they're going to move away from that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that because it's iconic. They can make some kind of look here that is instantly recognizable on the road. So when you're driving, you can see, bang, okay, I know that bike, that model, everything like that. So I don't think they're going to move away from it. It's so recognizable. And it's really important in a brand if it's recognizable. So I think they're going to move away from that. You can also see here up the top there's a radar sensor possibly. There's also one on the back, so it makes us think that there's going to be some adaptive cruise control or some kind of other sensors or motion detection. So if somebody's in your blind spot, there's a alarm radar going off there, which is pretty cool, which is pretty awesome, because that blind spot's dangerous, and it's always good to know when people are coming up behind you. Luggage, because we make products for this bike, we're making some luggage. I was interested in what's going on at the back here. If you look, let's just start with adaptive, the radar system here. We've got a radar system here, which is quite interesting. And this part here, this black part here, is completely new. I can see a parting line here, so tooling has been made. And this is not the same as their current GS connection system. They use the same concept, which is the two hooks and then the footing at the bottom to align it. This footing here. So they're using the same concept still, but this is changing up a little bit. So that means that this Vario system, theoretically from what I see from these videos or from these images, the current Vario system that they use will not fit onto the new bikes. So that means they have to make a new luggage system. So we had a discussion on this. Would they change the luggage system within the team? We've got two options basically. Yes, they change it, and if they change it, why would they change it? They change it because they need, they want to stop the old Vario system from getting ported over to the new bikes. So buyers have to buy a brand new luggage system, and they can add a couple of $1,000s more to the purchase price. So they're making money. On the other argument, it's quite risky to make a whole new luggage range like this, because it's that's the volume that they're doing, the scale that they're doing. It needs to be tested, it needs to be worked perfectly, and the Vario system is like this. So for them to upgrade it, they'd have to change all the tooling, they have to change all the bike. I'm not sure how far away from the original that they're going. Maybe this is why they're only doing small iterations, because of the risk. But yeah, this is the luggage system. Expect a new luggage system. The frame, the subframe, as you see here, this is actually this white stuff. This is a fake frame, and these are zip ties here. So they are hiding the subframe here. They're hiding something behind there. They've done a lot of work to hide this. So we could be seeing a different type of subframe. Quite interesting. The muffler as well, I looked online for a similar muffler that BMW makes. I couldn't find one. So that means that, I couldn't find one. So maybe, I don't know where this muffler comes from. Maybe it comes from an existing bike and they're just putting it on here just to get it working, or this could be actually the final production, because it looks like it is quite a refined design already. It's much shorter and stubbier, and it's down lower than the current design. So yeah, we don't know yet, but it looks pretty cool, and we have to see here. Another thing here is they've covered up the top piston head to hide the design of it, because that might give away if they're going to change up the complete design just for this. I'm not sure if they're going to do that. They could. They're pretty quick at designing out that stuff. So yeah, some say it looks bigger. I'm not sure about that either. I don't think so. I think that they are pushing their limits with the 1250 already, and the maximum they're going to get out of that is 1290 engine, and they're going to call it a 1300. But yeah, I think they're kind of hitting the limits of the Boxer. There was a blog post about the 1300 and 1400. And they said the proof came from that website, from BMW themselves, that there's a 13 and a 14 coming up, which is surprising. I went onto the website and I checked the service website on the 14th of April, just a couple of days ago. Basically, I couldn't find it. So we don't know why. Maybe the BMW's taken it off. So this was a rendering. This was a rendering in a German magazine, the 100 Jahre BMW. So they're saying that basically in 100 years, Geburtstag from BMW, 100-year birthday, they're going to create a brand new design, this is like an artist's impression. We know that this here, he's changed this, he's taken into the subframe into consideration. He's changed the front here, he's changed also the nose design. But as you see, there's many parts that are the same, like this part at the back, the hooking system is the same as the original, all the seats and stuff is the same, the bottom sump plate and skid plate are the same, the tire, everything. So again, he is also thinking it's not going to change into a huge different bike, it's just going to be just an upgrade of the M version. It's going to be optimized. And also on the Venture version, pretty similar. It's taken many parts from the current design and just pasted it onto the new concept. There was another design that came out a couple of days ago, this one here, and again you can see that it's essentially they're just changing up a few small things, and the LED light here, they've put that back in there. But I generally think this is, some of these renderers are wrong. They put a video, like a GPS system on the tank, and if you've ever ridden a GS, here, that where the location of this video is like basically by your stomach. So you can't see it. You won't be able to see it, especially with the helmet. You can't look down completely, so you won't be able to see this map at all. So when are they going to launch it? So generally, they normally launch at a big motorcycle events, and that's for the massive, because all the press is there. But since the pandemic, BMW have been making their own press launches, and that's at BMW Days. This year, it's in the first week of July, and I'll be there, hopefully. And the Lone Rider team will be there, hopefully. So come and see us, by the way. If it does, we'll let you know through the socials and stuff. I think generally at the end of the year, in October, November, December, they launch the new bikes, right? But this year I think they might do it at BMW Days because they control everything. We'll see. That's in July. We don't know. So they can either launch it in July or in November. So let's check it out. Let's wait and see, but keep an eye out on those two dates. And generally what they also do is they get the GS version, like the street-oriented version first, and then they bring out the Adventure a year later. Why are we so interested in this? Because we're going to make products for it, of course. And so we want feedback from you guys. What do you think they're going to do? And also, how do we get a bike? The dealers get it a couple of weeks beforehand. So if anyone out there from the dealerships can help us out in New Zealand, or generally not in New Zealand because they get it way later because of the shipping and all that good stuff. Europeans get it one of the first places, Europeans, Americans. So if you're in Europe, we're in Belgium and France. If you guys know where we can get one, or just look at one when they do start shipping, let us know, reach out, email us, and DM me, Andrew at lonerider.com, and we will, we'll get in contact, and we'll sort something out. We'll work together. So that's it. I think we're going to make a range of skid plates, the luggage systems, of course, the crash bars, and all this other things. So that's going to be exciting. We'll go through that together. I'll make videos of each one of those and we'll design them together. So if you really are into that stuff, like hit that subscribe button, and also there's an email link in the description down below. So sign up there to get informed about new product developments, and so we can develop these products together. Thanks a lot. Have a great week.